We are back again in the building. Y'all tuning in, family. We are back again. Yes, this is Urban Matters live chat. Can you hear me, family? We tuning in again. Coming at you, family, real quick with an update about the hashtag coronavirus. I'm just inviting everybody in. I'm going to continue to invite us in, family. We have to continue to inform us. Information is key. The more information you have, the better off we are, family. We must conquer this coronavirus. This is a plague that has been put on the earth against humanity. I'm just giving you some updates. If you go and check some of the updates, family, we got the updates. Just lots of information coming out. I'm just getting some of this information to us, family. Basically, they're saying, stay out of places 10 people or more. I think probably they're going to basically be injecting martial law, complete martial law. They say it's up to the states, y'all. They're giving all the power to the states. Also, family, go and check on, I think I posted it in my Facebook live, because you guys know I go live on 3-4 different platforms at the same time because I'm trying to get the information out to the loved ones. But yeah, real quick, family. This is Urban Matter live chat, and this is the new black media. This is the way of the new media, family. This probably will be pretty much what you see as far as media from now on. Yeah, I think that this will be your media from this point on. Platforms like Urban Matters live chat, that'll pretty much be your media. Family, give me the thumbs up when you come into the room, and please like and share the video with your loved ones. We're going to talk about the coronavirus. I got a couple of updates from the CDC. How many of our family members know where the CDC headquarters is? Where is it located? Can somebody answer that for me in the chat room? Welcome, Ms. Watson. I see you in the chat room. Can you answer that for me? Where is the CDC, the Center for Disease Control? Where is that headquartered at in the United States? What state is that in? If you can give me the state, family, we're going to start giving away prizes and different resources we're going to be giving out on the platform here shortly, momentarily. We're still in the productive stages of this, family, but we will eventually definitely be ramping things up and becoming a legitimate 24-hour news and media source. So that'll be fun. So we can get the information that also I posted in the video something for our truck drivers. The state of Florida is giving out grants, business grants. If you have any type of trucks, trailers, vehicles, family, they're giving money away. They're giving checks away to deliver supplies. And notice I said they're going to get ready to start delivering supplies. Can anybody I'm still sending out. I see y'all in the chat room, family. Just give me a minute. I'm still sending out a couple of invites. I see everybody coming into the chat room. Just give me the thumbs up if you can hear me. I see everybody coming up into the chat room. We're going to have a conversation about this coronavirus, or is it an economic virus? Is it a global economic virus? Can somebody answer that for me? Is it a global economic virus? Everybody come into the room. Come on into the room. We're just inviting a couple of more people. Trying to invite a couple of more people into the room, family. Just trying to get a couple of more folks to come in. Please like and share the video, family. I'm just sending out a couple of invites. And okay, we got a few questions in the building. My bad, family, for coming in so late on the questions in the chat room. Mr. Murder Bradley, I see you in the chat room. Nick Cuts, I see you here. What up, big homie? What up? What up? Andrew Watson. She says there's an office, I believe, in Doraville, Georgia. You're close. You're close. You're close about the CDC headquarters, the Center for Disease Control headquarters. Welcome, Mr. Freeman. Give me the thumbs up. We see you in the room, Miss Thomas. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Freeman says they are paying Metro phone bills. Okay. If you have a Metro phone bill, yes, family, they are helping you pay your bills. So keep that in mind, family. Whenever there's a national disaster, the government steps in and helps the consumers pay their day-to-day bills, especially if they're sending you home from your jobs. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, family, but some of us gonna leave our jobs and we're not gonna make it back to those jobs. We see you in the room, Mr. Gaines, Miss Comacita. We see you in the room, Mr. Freeman. Thank you for giving us some great questions. Yes, I mean some comment. Mr. Freeman says that they will be paying Metro phone bills, Metro PCS phone bills. So y'all look into that, family. They're paying phone bills if you have trouble paying your phone bill because of layoffs or any type of financial difficulties. Give me the thumbs up. Yes, we see you in the room, Miss Smith. Also, Mr. Freeman says, Mr. Freeman, thank you for that information about the Metro PCS phone bills the government is paying. Mr. Freeman says, we got to hit the worst 40 cases in Broward County. Oh, yeah. Yes. What's up, Mr. Gaines? Thanks for joining us today. Miss Reed, we see you in the room. We see you in the chat room. We see you in the building. Please raise your hand up by giving me the thumbs up when you come into the building so we can graciously announce the family when they're coming into the room to let people know that, hey, we want to hear your voice. We want to hear your comments, family. This is the New Black Media. This is Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. And we are the New Black Media. And we're going to be here, family. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this issue about this coronavirus. There's no need to panic. Just make sure you stock up on all types of goods, family. And make sure you got your house stocked up with perishables. And we're just trying to get some feedback. What's on y'all mind about this coronavirus, family? What is on y'all mind about this coronavirus? Can you please tell me? Can you please tell me, family? Because we got the hookup here, family. We got the hookup. We got receipts here. This is where we do receipts. We don't do that trying to guess stuff around here. We bring them receipts. Mr. Gaines says, mind manipulation, using the old paradigm, bypassing the conscious mind by, voice roles, yes. Yes. Peace, and love, baby. We appreciate that. We feel you on that too. We vibrating on that same signal here. Yes. Mind manipulation, Mr. Gaines says, I think it got a lot to do too, man, with this 5G. You know, 5G was the first city and country and state where they rolled out. Wuhan, China. That's where they rolled out the 5G, y'all, the new 5G for the cell phones. And y'all look into that, man. That's real heavy. That's going to be another one of our topics that we're going to discuss. But right now, we're going to discuss how we defeat this pandemic. And I just want the family to give you some information on pandemics. You know, what is a pandemic? You know, like what determines a pandemic? Can you tell me that, family? Okay, Mr. Freeman says St. Pete Junior College still open. We got. Okay, I see. Okay. Yeah, they may. I think a lot of colleges are open. We got a lot of colleges around here open too. But what they did, they asked the students to volunteer to leave the campus because they're not in classes, because a lot of the college classes are 50 and more. So what they're doing now, they're doing online classes everywhere. They're doing it for the elementary schools around here. So if you ask me, I think homeschooling is about to come back into effect. Family, homeschooling is probably going to come back in effect. And I think also what's going to come into effect, we're going to start working from home. So if you have the type of job that really prevents you from working from home on a computer, a laptop, whatever, family, it's going to get tough. It's going to get tough, family. If you see, I put in the topic here, it's going to be some layoffs. It's going to be some layoffs. It's going to be some bankruptcies. It's going to be some repos. It's going to be all of that. Oh, okay, you say, no, I'm messing with Mr. Victor. Mr. Gaines, Mr. Freeman was messing with you in the chat room. Did you see his comment? You say St. Pete College still I got it a while, man. I got it still a while, man. But yeah, we're coming at you real quick, family, about this. This is Urban Matters Matter Live Chat, coming at you real quick about some updates with the coronavirus. Apparently, family, they're asking even employers, and they're also asking businesses to shut down. Please give us the thumbs up, family, when you come into the room. Okay. Stan the Man Bonds say, what's good? What's up, Mr. Man Bonds? I love my man the Bonds come into the room because he like to get real interactive. He like to ask questions, and I like that, man. That's what I like. I like family members that come into the room asking questions, contributing information, bringing all different type of data into the room so we can chop these facts up real quick, this real heavy game, and we can put it together, and we can create what we call a connection, a communication line. So this is media, y'all. This is New Black Media, and this is what we're doing. We're getting the information to you, family. I post all articles in my videos. At least I try to post these articles in the videos so that you can go back after your leisure time and then study and research on your own and do your own diligent research, your own reading and research, and you don't have to take my word for it. Okay, Mr. Freeman, thank you. Thanks for saying love the show. We appreciate that love too, bro. We're gonna get ready to set up. We're gonna get a little offering basket going here in a minute, y'all. When I set up everything, but I have it set up. But what I'm gonna do, if anybody want to check with me, make sure you check with the Urban Matters live chat. Urban Matters Matter live chat group. You can find that group through my name as well. And you'll be able to access and sign up for our group that we have. And then that way I can keep you in my friends list, and we'll start another Facebook Live so that we can get more interactive with this, because I want to get the family, invite you in on chats, and allow you to come into the room and moderate with me, and you can post your articles, your comments. And that's what this platform is for. This is so we can hear you, family. This is so we can hear what you think, what the Black family thinks, what the Black community thinks, and what all communities think, but at the same time, remember, we're going to take care of us first on this platform, and then we'll worry about everybody else secondary. Okay, Mr. Man Bond says Walmart still is packed 200 plus, but they want us to avoid the crowds of 10 plus. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it either, Mr. Bonds. See, it all has to do, Mr. Bonds, with preparing for war in the time of peace. That's what the scriptures say. Prepare for war in the time of peace. So we should have already been stocked up, especially if you're a Floridian and you know how hurricanes go. That's a disaster, national disaster, an infectious disease among the land. That is a disaster, family. I don't know why we walking around here every day, slow footing, acting like things are not severe and serious right now. But family, that's why I'm doing this video today, family. Because if you're not read up on this, you need to go read up on this epidemic, man. This thing, They're gonna make it out of something. It ain't really nothing, but they're gonna make it out of something. We talking about the principalities, right? Mr. Freeman says, what do you think about Andrew Gillum in the hotel? Come on, Mr. Freeman. Come on, man. I'm gonna have to follow up with you later on about that there, man, because we got a lot of cats around here getting in their feelings about Mr. Gilliam, but Mr. Gilliam, you know, to each his own. This man know if he knew the crowds that he was keeping. He knew the crowds that he was hanging around. So we're gonna leave it right there, Mr. Freeman. We're gonna chop that up later on. I got some information I want to send you anyway. Mr. Man Bond says these guys change daily. I say they stay woke and stay at home, period. Yeah, I was going back and forth with one of my daughters, man, and she at that age, man, that millennial age, and she's 21, and it's, you know, they don't really, you know, correlate what you're saying when they pretty much got the type of mind where they're trying to start doing their thinking for themselves, and it's hard to communicate to them what type of issues is happening in the country right now. And I'm trying to get through to her, and she won't listen. But, you know, from what I'm hearing, family, you could possibly be a carrier. They say there is 3 age groups that give me the thumbs up, family, when you come in the room. Please give me the thumbs up and share this video. Like and share it. Yes. They're saying that this pandemic is basically has 3 crisis groups that the virus can affect. The virus can affect the worst 65 years plus our elderly people. So 65 years old and plus, the virus affects them more severely than it affects the mid-age folks around your 40s. But the 40s the age group, you can still possibly get the virus. But this is the thing, the millennials, their immune systems are so efficient that it's a possibility they will never show symptoms, but they will still be carriers. So say, for instance, young millennials under the age group 30 and under, you could possibly be so healthy to where you won't even experience any type of symptoms, but you will still be a transporter of the virus to your grandmother's house or your grandfather's house or the elderly people that you come in contact with. And you could possibly give them the contraction of the disease, of the virus. So remember that. While we're out in these crowded places, because we're young and we're vibrant and we want to have our freedom. And then I know it's spring break, y'all. It's spring break. So these kids, a lot of them are still going to the beaches, crowding out in beaches. But the thing about it is when you get into isolated places, like you come in contact with somebody in an Uber, or you come in contact with a Lyft driver or something who just had somebody who had the virus, but they were in the car right before you, and they were sniffling and grabbing their noses, touching their nose and mouth and everything, and they're spreading the contamination. So, and I know a lot of my family members out there, we thinking that the virus could possibly be a hoax, but no, somebody literally is basically carrying out biological warfare. It's a germ. It's a biogerm is what it is. Okay. So, Mr. Ward, we see you in the room. Mr. Freeman, y'all give me the thumbs up when you come into the room. Miss Broadnight, she has a question. She says, where's the church in this situation? Are we yet still asleep? How you doing, Mr. Motley? Thanks for joining us. Give me the thumbs up when you come in the room, like and share. Miss Broadnight, that's a sensitive one there. I think our church, and see, that's why I always refer these type of questions back to the children of Israel and in the wilderness, and where some of the elders that would not be obedient to what God wanted them to do, he literally killed them off. Just being blunt with you. Now, I got a minister in here can back me up on that, but we don't know about if she gonna back me up on that. She's a little bit more versed in that scripture than I am, but if I recall it right, the God killed off the children of Israel, the older generation, because they refused to let go the Egypt mindset. And they wanted to bring the mindset of Egypt into the new land, into the promised lands. So God killed them off because he said things had to change. So maybe that's what's going on now, Miss Broadnight. Maybe the church, it's time for the church to change the formation of the church, the foundation of the church, and also maybe it's for the culture of the church to change. Maybe that's what this virus is about. So, Mr. Marley, thank you for giving us that, brother. Thumbs up. We appreciate the love, brother. Thank you, Miss Broadnight. Thank you. Miss Broadnight says, yes, I think she's in agreement with that. Mr. Carmichael, we see you in the room. We see you in the room. Give us a shout out. Give us a thumbs up when you come into the room. Yes, disobedience. Yes, disobedience. And see, the thing about it, you know, the way the church, this is a plague. Mr. Freeman say this is a plague, and that's exactly what it is, Miss Broadnight. Mr. Freeman, thank you for that comment. Mr. Freeman says, yes, this is a plague. Miss Broadnight say Mr. Freeman is disobedience. It's disobedience. But see, it's disobedience because we supposed to respect and look to our elders for wisdom, and we supposed to look to them for guidance. And the guidance is not there, so you really can't hold the younger folks accountable for their disobedience. You can, but guess what? That's the cards that they were dealt. So we moving on. Thanks, Miss O'Neill. We see you in the room. Thank you for that comment, Miss Broadnight. That was great conversation. Tanya, we see you in the room. Welcome in the room, beloved. I appreciate all the family for joining us today here at Urban Matter Live Chat, where this is the new black media. And we're going to bring the news to you every day. If you have any news, family, please bring it to this platform. We'll dissect it. We'll chop it down. We'll fact check it. And then we will make sure that the family gets facts. And so that's how we're doing it here. And so we're going to be the new voice of the media for us. You dig what I'm saying, family? You dig? So, yes, Mr. Truckin, we see you in the room. Thanks for joining us, family. So as everybody knows, that they came out with another announcement. I don't know if anybody knows about the Stratford. Let me look that up, family. I had it. I was reading up on that. It is basically a catastrophe act, the Stratford Act. I think that's the name of it. I was reading up on that earlier where, the Stafford, the Lease Relief Act. The Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act is a United States federal law designed to bring an orderly, you heard what they said? Order and systematic means of federal natural disaster assistance for state and local governments and carry out their responsibility and aids to the citizens. So that's something powerful they're going to get ready to come out with. Okay, Miss Broadnight, she says we have the power of God in us. When we come together, we will move mountains. Exactly. And that's exactly what we have to move. This is a mountain, family. This is a mountain, and we definitely gonna have to get together to move it. And you know, I notice sometimes, man, with disasters, like even when the hurricanes come through Florida, you know, everybody pull together, you know, like even all nationalities, all races and stuff. You know, I had white, Spanish, Latinos for my neighbors, but when it came to the hurricane and the lights goes off and you know, all the water's down and, you know, you got to go and get bottled water and ice bags. You have to, you know, try to take care of one another, share generators. Family, I have help and I have love and peace and love offerings coming from all type of ethnic groups. So I think sometimes when the Creator puts us through these disasters and these issues, sometimes it brings us closer and it makes us appreciate each other. And that's just something that we should do, you know, 365, you know, 24/7. So just coming at y'all real quick. We need some more comments in the room, family. We got a lot of folks in the room. Everybody at the count of 3, give me the thumbs up. Give you the thumbs up because this is where your voice is heard. Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. This is the new black media. You are the new black media, family. Y'all are the ones bringing the information to this platform so that we can get this information out to our loved ones so that it can benefit them economically, socially, and politically. So this is where the socioeconomic-ism goes down. Miss McCrae, thanks for joining us. We're here talking about, is this the coronavirus or is this a economic virus? Because look like the banks and everybody shutting down. Now, if the bank shut down, family, I'm not a super whiz genius, but if the banks and your job shut down, guess what? We got some problems. We got some problems, family. We see y'all in the room. Ms. Broad and I say, amen. Yes, ma'am. Y'all give us some feedback. Give me the thumbs up if you can hear my voice. We need your feedback, family. This is your platform. This is where your voice, you know how sometimes you sit up there watching CNN and MSNBC and you be wanting to say something and you be wanting to give your 2 cents. Well, this your time. This your time. Right here. This your time. Give your chance. We're going to give your chance here today here on Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. Okay. Mr. Freeman says the National Guard are already here in Fort Lauderdale. I think they headed for martial law, Mr. Freeman. I said that a couple of days ago on our last video. That is what the state of emergency of the national emergency means. It gives the military, gives the police and everything to enforce laws on the land that correspond with martial law. Yes, that's why they're giving all the power over to the states. Trump came out just a few minutes ago and said he giving each state their own power. Okay, Ms. Jones in the room. Ms. Jones say there is definitely a meaningful meaning behind the madness. A bigger picture, speak on my brother. Okay, yes, ma'am. I appreciate that, Miss Frazier. We appreciate that comment. Miss McCrae says it's both, but the agenda of this is bigger than the virus. Yes, ma'am. This is something wicked, man. Trust me, family. This is something very, very wicked, family. Okay, Mr. Motley, we see you in the room. Mr. Motley says they know how to get you to spend your money. They sure do, man. They know how to get you to spend that money, man. Y'all give me the thumbs up when you come into the room, family. We're talking about this coronavirus or this economic virus because the banks came out and said they're just about out of money. They need liquidity. So when they need liquidity and they have somebody liquidity in a savings account, guess what they do? They borrow that liquidity without somebody's permission. And I'm not going to tell you who I'm talking about, the somebody is. You won't have to figure that one out. Okay. Ms. Horn says, inform my drivers of the limited traveling hours. She says, trying to keep order among them. Okay. Yes, Ms. Horn, I saw that about the hours for the truck drivers. Was that the hours that they're cutting hours or they're extending the hours if you're transporting emergency goods? Also, a lot of our truck driver brothers and sisters who drive trucks for, a business, this is your own personal business. They have a lot of programs that they're giving out, vouchers so that you can, they're giving out contracts to be able to transport goods, family. And think about that. They need people to transport goods. That's just like the hurricane, family. When they have to bring in truckloads of stuff, disaster relief, they call it. Yes. Mr. Motley says population control. Oh man, that's heavy. That I've been saying that, I kind of agree with you on that, Mr. Motley. I kind of agree with you on that. Okay, Mr. Brooks, thanks for joining us. Miss Barnes, thanks for joining us. Miss Cox, thanks for joining us. Please share this video with your loved ones, and also please like and share this video yourself. Also, if we are not friends, make sure you send me a friend invite because this is where you're going to be getting your new media from, family, because they're probably going to shut down the networks. I'm not real sure, but if they turn off your lights, you can't watch the networks. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hate when I do that, man. I hate when I have to tell the family stuff that, that's shocking. Okay, Ms. McCrae says things only closing down in areas with high volumes of breakouts with the virus. The area I'm in hasn't shut anything down. Okay, but schools for a extra week. Okay. Yes, that's absolutely right. I noticed that too with the hurricanes. They usually just, it affects the when we have those type of disaster, it affects the coastlines. Okay, Miss Broadnight says, schools closing. What about the children with no transportation? How would they get there? Yeah, that's good. I think the college students, most of them live on campus, and so they're literally a lot of these students from out of state. So I mean, I'm gonna just be honest with your family. If my kid was in school and this kind of chaos was going on around the country, and I lived in a separate state, I think I would send for my child and bring my child home. And because I've heard a lot of the schools are offering the classes online, they're putting together online courses to keep the order of the universities and the elementary schools and public schools. They're trying to keep those going, family. So check into your local county registry about the school information. You can find that online at whatever your county schools system is. And they'll kind of give you updates. Also, family, you want to definitely go and check CDC, the Center for Disease Control updates. I posted a couple of links from the CDC in the video today, family, in the chat. Okay, Mr. Frazier says, Miss Frazier says, stand the man bonds. I concur. Okay, Miss Horn says, first thought from our young people is try and buck the system. DOT knows where your home location is and paperwork. So basically, and it must match your freight and destination. So she's saying they're cracking down, family, on truck driving loaders. So if your loads are loaded, they are cracking down on, basically the DOT is going to be out there stopping people real heavy. And that's what they do. That's what they do during national disasters. They're checking everything, family, because this is when people wind up missing. This is when people are affected. This is when people are killed. This is when a lot of crime picks up. So keep that in mind, family, when you're out in the streets. The crime is going to pick up during these type of situations. And when these type of crises are happening in the country, crime is going to pick up. Theft is going to pick up. All type of scam artists are going to be here. They're going to be doing price gouging on gas pumps, probably. I'm not sure, but they've done it in the past. A lot of our Arab brothers and sisters, they get the, raising the price on bottled water. So just be thoughtful of that, family, and mindful of that. Okay, what's going on, Miss O'Neill? We see you in the room. Okay, yes, they cutting hours, y'all. Miss Horn says they're cutting hours. Okay, we got Miss L. Johnson in the room. She says it's important for us to be prepared. Stock up with necessities, but be sure to buy things that help you fight off the virus. No knickknacks. She says basically you need to be buying stuff, vitamin C, fruits, vegetables, lettuce, vitamin A products and foods. And family, don't go out and buy a whole bunch of meat, because I'm telling you, if the power goes off, all your meat is going to go bad if you don't have any ice or any coolers to house your deep freezer. Sometimes with a deep freezer, if the power goes out, you can open up your deep freezer and pour ice in it and just cut the deep, because it's not going to be any power anyway. So just take ice and you can use your deep freezer as a cooler to keep your meat, so you don't have to transfer the meat out of the deep freezer. Floridians know how to do it, man. We dig this. We understand this. Okay. Miss Gaines, thanks for joining us in the room. Miss Gaines Plain. Miss Horn says emergency goods is extended time. Regular freight is 10 hours. She's talking in the terms of trucking. Emergency good is extended times. She said, but your regular freight is 10 hours. So they cut down to 10 hours instead of 11 hours, family truckers. So all my drivers, y'all be wary of that. And definitely I think I posted something of the nature of what Ms. Horn talking about. I posted an article and a link in this video chat. Yes, family, thanks for joining us today. This is Urban Matter Live Chatting. We're coming to you with coronavirus update, and also we're chopping up some information about, is it the coronavirus or is it the economic virus? Because it seems that our banks are shutting down. Seems that all the central banks in America, the world, are basically simultaneously dropping their interest rates. And that's going to be another topic, family. But when they drop interest rates, put it like this, family, it makes the price of things cheaper. So the gas is going to get cheaper. The food supposedly should get cheaper because gas is cheaper that delivers the food products. Also, there'll be you should see an adjustment in your energy bill. And also you'll be paying less for your energy bill, like I said. And also, I think you should be able to see a differential in your say for instance, your credit card statements and whatnot. If you're getting charged any type of interest on any type of bank accounts. And supposedly this supposedly opened the banks up for friendlier lending habits in terms. So go check with your creditors and your people who you got have credit card with, bank accounts with, and ask them, can you get a rate reduction? Because if there are rate reductions out there, they have to give those to you. So I talk to my credit card company all the time. I just like, look at man, let me holler at y'all for a second. Hey, what I gotta do to get this interest rate down a little bit? And sometimes they'll be willing. They're really willing sometimes to work with you. Okay. Ms. Johnson says college kids are given the option to stay on campus, even with remote learning. Some places are worse than other areas. She says, but like I guess like in Broward County. So some places are worse. Some places are under a heavier ordinance through their local city governments and their the state government. So basically today, Trump came out and gave the power over the states to govern their states accordingly instead of being under federal guidelines. But the federal guidelines are there for economic support. So y'all keep that in mind. Appreciate you for joining us today, Ms. Jackson. This is Urban Matters Live Chat, Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. Ms. Horn says the DOT is now the state troopers. Yes, the state troopers. I've been seeing that out there on the road. The state troopers are your DOT guys now, your Department of Transportation guys who pull out the scales and everything and weigh you guys, and they have all that equipment. That's why you see a lot of SUV state troopers out there on the interstates and highways, because they downsized that about 2 years ago because of, I guess they're trying to cut costs on a lot of the government organizations. Seems to be as they were preparing 2 years ago for something, huh? Just want to throw that little question out there, family. Okay, Mr. Freeman says, yeah, major crime going to be going on. That's what I'm trying to get you to see, family. Major crime is going to be out here happening. So we must keep that in mind. And we got to get you, let's get you out here, family. We got to get you out here, and we need to hear what the ism is about this coronavirus. Okay, Miss Arthur, thanks for joining us. Miss Hayes, appreciate you coming into the chat room today with Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. Okay, Ms. Horn says, company in North Florida has me coming up to get storm-type custom doors for the rich. Okay, you'll be delivering in Riviera Beach, Pompano Beach, and Jupiter. You tell me. Okay. Well, get that money. Get that bag. I'm with you on that. If you need some extra trailers, let me know. Okay. Appreciate you for joining us, Miss Carver. Appreciate you for coming in back into the room with us and joining us, Miss Broad Knight. Thanks for joining us. Give us a thumbs up, family. If you're in the room, give us a thumbs up and like and share this video with your family. Make sure you share this video with your family. Okay, Miss Broad Knight says, be aware. It will go back up. Okay. What is that you mean about will go back up, Miss Broad Knight? Could you clarify that a little bit for us? Okay, Ms. Johnson says, so you may want them to stay on the campus. Yeah, she's talking about the students. She's talking about the students' loved ones. She says you might need to let the kids stay on campus if they are housed on the campus. If they are housed on the campus, then yes, keep them on the campus because, I guess the campus is a safer environment. And you don't want them really traveling and whatnot. So they're still doing classes. They just can't, because they'll have internet access better on campus, family. I think that's what Ms. Johnson is saying, because sometimes we may run the risk of going to a loved one's house are coming home and they don't have internet access, or they don't even have access to a computer. That's just the way it is in our family culture. Okay, Miss Johnson says, make sure sometimes you may want them to stay on campus. Just kind of, you have to decide what's best for you, family. But she's an educator, so I strongly support what she's saying. Thanks for joining us, Miss Daniel. Mr. Bond says, I'm sharing you, bro. Thanks. Appreciate that, bro. We see you in the room, Mr. Coleman. We see you in the room, Mr. Shine. We see you in the room, Mr. Bonds. And Mr. Bond says, the state don't like the federal. They don't. There's always been a big conflict between state and federal governments. And but right now, they don't have any choice, because once the president gives an executive order of state of emergency, or basically, like I said, family, look at that definition I gave of the Stratford Act. The Stratford Act is a legislative history. The Stratford Act is a United States federal law designed to bring an orderly and systematic means of federal natural disaster assistance for state and local governments in carrying out their responsibilities to aid the citizens. So this is a disaster relief they're about to get right. I don't know if he implemented it. I'm quite sure you'll probably hear something before the night out about the Stafford Disaster Relief Act. And family, with that, also I heard they're going to start sending, and I heard this from up top in the brass ranks up in the DC area. They're going to try to send out checks, family. They're going to try to send you maybe you remember when Obama, I think Obama sent those economic empowerment checks out to everybody, and everybody was happy and went and cashed in. See what they're trying to do? They're trying to stimulate the economy, because the economy is basically about to collapse. So it needs an economic stimulation, family. So just trying to, kind of make y'all aware of that. But if you take that check, then that frees okay. Well, let's go back to some more statement. That frees up the government from liability, so nobody can come back and sue the government for catastrophe or disaster. Okay. Stan the Man Bond says the state don't like the federal. Correct. We just said that. Miss Broadnight says the interest rates. Yeah, the interest rate's gonna go back up, but this is the thing. I kind of don't want to really get into this too much, family, because it's really it's going to be a very complex topic when I break down what's going on with the Federal Reserve. These are the people who control basically they fund our government, and they fund all of our central banks as well as our banks. So Miss Johnson Hughes, we appreciate you coming in the room. Mr. Van Bond says Trump dragging his feet, so go ahead and shut everybody down for a month. They're being greedy. It's all about that check. Correct. It's all about that check. Exactly. I totally agree with that. Miss Irvis, appreciate you coming into the room. Also, Mr. Bond says, boy, China winning. They got the check. It's all about the Benjamins, and it's all about 45 fault. Yes, sir. It's about, y'all, I'm telling you what's going to get ready to happen, family. They're going to get ready to implement the gold standard. Who knows what the gold standard is? If you're in the room, family, and you know what the gold standard is, please give me the thumbs up if you know what the gold standard means. If you know what that means, give me the thumbs up. And go ahead and share this video with a family member, because you got the answer right. Can anybody tell me what that is? Okay, Ms. Horn said the rich is buying stocks and preparing for crime. Those custom doors I'm delivering cost $20K or higher. Okay, other races are making them rich. Yes, that is absolutely. It's called disaster relief. See, they get to write all this stuff off, family. They get to write all this stuff off as a tax break. Okay, Mr. Man Bond says, look up the 5G. Yeah, the 5G cellular signal they're coming out with, the Wi-Fi signal 5G. Family, you really do need to read up on that. Miss Broadnight says, Mr. Man Bonds. Yes, it's very deep. She says it's very deep, Mr. Bonds. The 5G is very deep. Very deep. Mr. Bonds says, yes, ma'am. It is very deep. He totally agrees with that. Okay, we're just coming at you real quick, family. We've been in the chat room now for a minute or two. So y'all just make sure you like and share this video. I got the information. We got to read too, family. We don't have nothing but time now. There's no sports on. They're canceling all your venues, your restaurants. They're telling you to stay away from the restaurants and hanging out in business and crowds and whatnot. And so, family, you pretty much got some time now to read up on some stuff, read up on some articles, try to find out what's going on with this coronavirus. And also, we have an economic issue going on right at the same time, family. Our energy oil markets are collapsing. They call them OPEC. And also go read up on OPEC and also read up on Saudi Arabia. They're called Saudi Aramco. You can read up on them. All these companies are collapsing. They've been filing bankruptcy. You had about, in the last, I would say, 6 months to a year, I've watched at least 100 to 200 CEOs of major companies like Ford, Sears, Microsoft. Bill Gates stepped down from Microsoft this weekend. You have part manufacturing companies going out of business. You have so many. What's that name of that place that a lot of women like to shop at? They sell the furniture. Y'all in the chat room, family, help me out with that. They've been, to make a long story short, Wells Fargo had 3 CEOs in the last 6 months. So y'all chop that up for me. Okay. We appreciate that, Ms. Broad Knight. We appreciate that. We're going to keep bringing it. We're going to keep bringing the funk. You dig? We're going to keep bringing this information, this hot fire. We're going to bring it to you. Okay. Appreciate the love, bro. Mr. Stan the Man. Appreciate that. And thanks for joining us today, family, at Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. We'll be back. If we get some more juicy updates, some more topics, we will get the information to you because we're looking out for the family. Oh, real quick, family, the gold standard. The gold standard is a monetary system in which the standard economic unit of an account is based on a fixed quantity of gold. The gold standard was widely used in the 19th and early part of the 20th century. Most nations abandoned the gold standard as the basis of their monetary systems at some point in the 20th century. Although many still hold substantial gold reserves. I'll put that gold reserves link to. In 2012, survey of leading economists that unanimously opined that the return to the gold standard would not benefit the average American. But now they're being forced because what's happened is the actual money, the bonds rates on the yields that you get from buying treasury bonds, which is when you buy a treasury bond, that's you're buying into the central bank, which is the Federal Reserve of America. You're saying, okay, well, I got confidence in the American dollar for the next 5 years, or I have confidence in the American dollar in the next 10 years. You also have a 30-year bond, treasury bond that you can buy. These bonds sometimes pay off big if you know how to trade different currencies, foreign exchange and what. But yes, we're going to go back to the gold standard where you're going to have to paying people with gold instead of paper money, because the paper money is what you call helicopter money currency. Also, what's been happening, the banks have been passing along derivatives. Derivatives is basically like we're swapping debt. I got about $1 million or $3 million worth of debt, and you in France and you got $5 million worth of debt, and we'll swap it out because my currency is worth more than your currency in France. So we'll swap out the debt. And that they supposedly kill the debt, but what they've been doing, the banks will take the money and then sell it right back out and basically extend credit. And that's another thing. The banks are not giving people credit lines anymore at this point right now, family, especially businesses. So keep that in mind. You might be want to save your money, and you might be want to go and take your money out of the bank and put it in a safe place somewhere, so that when everything goes down, at least you'll have the cash to trade it out of to get into the new type of currency. And like a lot of people don't know about that Bitcoin. They already have these cryptocurrencies that have already went in effect for the last 5 years, family. They have cryptocurrencies and they have different digital currencies. And so this is what they're saying right now, that the paper money is spreading the virus. This is their narrative for basically getting rid of cash dollars, or getting rid of money or paper money in other countries, like the country of Britain has the British pound. The Europe countries have what they call the euro. The Mexican money is called the peso, and they have different names for different countries. So just trying to put that out there, family. That's what this virus is connected with. Best believe there is a connection with the virus and the global financial system about to collapse. Go look up on that, read up on that. We'll bring you some information tomorrow about those financial pandemic going on. There's a pandemic going on, and it's economic, and it's also the corona virus. They call it COVID-19. So y'all look that up. And this virus is also patent. They have a U.S. patent on this virus. Just to kind of put that out there for you, family. You want to might check on that, fact check me on that. And that's the show today, family. Peace, love, and stay safe out there. And let your kids know, man. Look, we know it's spring break. We know you want to ball. Won't you create this time with your family and make some type of family activities where y'all can come together. Put the cell phones down. You got to sit around and watch some movies, man. This is a time to join and bond together. So y'all give me the thumbs up. We got a couple of more. Mr. Carmichael say St. Pete, Clearwater beaches are closed. Okay. Juice, they shutting down everything here in Tampa Bay. Okay. Dang, man. Stay safe out there, bro. Okay. Mr. Van Bond say gold is worth so much. It is. Okay. Appreciate the love, bro. Appreciate that. Okay. Thanks for joining us, Miss Johnson. So Mr. Carmichael says, okay. Mr. Man Bond say, my mom put me up on game. Okay, she put you up on game about that gold. Yes, a lot of us don't know about it because that ain't during our generation. We don't know when they changed that the gold standard to the greenback, which is what we have now, the greenback dollar bill. So y'all get with me, man. I appreciate y'all for joining us today here at Urban Matters Matter Live Chat, and we'll be trying to get back to you as soon as possible this week. And family, just stay safe out there. Peace, love, and happiness.